if I traded it all, if I gave it.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, my next guest, and I hope I say it correctly, I got some hard ones today. I have with me, who's been on my show once before, I have Michael Wayne, and it's Kokolowchik.
Holy moly, you got it right.
Yay. Well, welcome to the show. Tell everybody about yourself. I know you're here one time before. Listen up, everyone. I am so into this. I've done a lot of this, so I want everybody to understand that, not with him, but I have been doing something like this for over 3 years. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what we're going to talk about today.
Well, thank you for having me on. And I remember last time I did this, I got so excited about what I wanted to talk about that I think I skipped over this part here. And what I do, I'm a Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant. Now, that might confuse a lot of people because that's one long word. But really what I do, I help people achieve their goals by teaching them the laws of success that have been taught to me by Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher themselves. And I help them use them in the right direction so they're getting the results that they want and they're not moving backwards.
Well, I got to tell you something, everybody. If you don't know who Bob Proctor is, you got to definitely check him out. And to have somebody like Michael be able to facilitate and help you get to your goals is unbelievable. Way before I ever met you, I know I had started doing this, and then I just went on with it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I just got really into it on my own. I want you to tell everybody what you'll do for them, because you're going to do a really neat giveaway, and it comes with a book, and we all love these books. And it was written by Bob Proctor. I've read a lot of them. I haven't read this one,
Ooh,
so I'm really excited about. No, I got to do this one next. So, but tell everybody what it is that you're going to do as a giveaway for everyone.
Yeah, so the first part of the giveaway is this book that you've got right in front of you here. It's the ABCs of Success, and it's by Bob Proctor, and it clearly lays out exactly what you have to do and how to do it, of how to achieve your goals. And then on top of that, when people do call in today, I'm going to give them a free discovery session. Now, we talked about it last time, but this one's going to go a little bit more in depth than last time. We're going to what we'll do is we're going to unlock your passion. We're going to find what that is. And then from there, we're going to actually identify the things that are really stopping you from going towards that. What is really holding you back? And after you leave, this is what most people have told me. They feel invigorated, that they're ready to go and achieve it.
Isn't that neat? Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up our lines for everyone to get this, okay? That's the way I'm going to do it. So our lines are open here, and you're going to get the ABCs of Success. It's the essential principles from America's greatest prosperity teacher, Bob Proctor. I absolutely love him. And again, that number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You're also going to get a discovery session with Michael to find out what is your burning passion, what's stopping you from achieving it, and leave with being revitalized and know exactly what it is that you want.
That's a big thing. Most people don't really know what they want, and when they do think of something that they want, they kind of reject it right away. It's a tough place to be, but when you have someone there to guide you, like I've been taught how to by Bob Proctor himself, I mean, it really gives you a launching pad going forward, not just a small step. It's a launching pad.
Now, our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. I know I'm really into these books. I know a lot of people, it's a self-help, but it's more than that. I mean, once you start getting into this, there's people that start getting into this just to do it and do it and do it and do it, and you just can't stop. You just love growing and changing, and that's what we're supposed to do in life, right?
Absolutely. We're here to grow and create. And when we get attached to something like self-development, which we all should, that's how we achieve. That's the number one key to it. Study this book. If you study this book, you will achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. It's all laid out for you. And then the discovery session on top of that is going to launch you forward.
Now, we're live on Facebook, so you guys can call in also, and you can also be a part of all of this. The book is called The ABCs of Success. It's by Bob Proctor. I love Bob Proctor. Again, you're also going to get the free discovery session along with that. And our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. If you want to even call in, you can, and just tell us what your passion is, what you think it is. How about that? Maybe you just want to hear what your passion is. We want to hear from you. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. So I got some things. What is it that really does stop people from getting what they want?
Well, the big thing, the number one cause of failure, it's fear and procrastination more than anything else. It's
We
the number
know
one
that
cause.
we're procrastinators out there. A lot of my listeners are.
Yeah. I mean, it starts because, one, we don't really know what we want, but we really do at the same time. We just are afraid to tell people about it. And once we see it, that we're like, oh, that'd be really nice to have, but as soon as I find some more time. And so you put it off, and that decision that you think you've made kind of fades away, and so does the goal.
That someday, that one day I'm going to do this, or tomorrow I'm going to, and you wake up and you don't, and you'll say, yeah, well, I'll do it another day. And you be putting it off and putting off. Failure. It's fear of failure.
There's a lot of different kinds of fear, but it hits us all the same. Now, when we go through goal achieving, there's a 4-step process that everyone goes through when you're trying to achieve a goal. Everybody goes through this. You're not different than me when this happens. Now, the first stage in that is it's bondage. Now, that sounds pretty bad, and it really is. And what bondage is, it's when you're stuck with one idea that this is all I can do in life. You've been working the same job for 20 years. You're going around in this loop. You're stuck. You're stuck, and it's horrible.
I know. I myself, I'm not sure that I've ever really been there, because for me, I was lucky. It just happened. It was something. But what happened, though, I feel like I wanted a shift. I wanted something to happen. It wasn't that I didn't feel stuck, but I wanted something different. Okay? I wanted a little bit of a shift to happen. And so how did it happen? I fell into doing this, and let me tell you guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I do it every day. Every single morning for an hour and a half, I read of different books. I'm going to read this one next, and I want everybody to have this. Thank you. I'm going to have, our lines are open here for everyone to get it. It's the ABCs of Success, and it's written by Bob Proctor himself. Michael has been, there's nothing like people like you who have been mentored by Bob Proctor himself, and have someone be a facilitator. If you've got a group out there, if you started one, have Michael be the facilitator. I'll get it out. Also, if you're looking to just find that, what can you do? He's the person to talk to. If you've got to find that burning passion, you don't know what it is, or you have one and you don't know what's stopping you, he's the one to talk to. You can call him direct. The number is 623-606-6330, but I've got my lines open here for everyone to get the book and it's called a discovery session. It's free. You're going to find out all these burning desires that you've got lying inside of you that you didn't even know was there. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. What do you want to say?
Well, it was funny what you were saying. You started to know you wanted to do more. I kind of picked up on that. You really kind of lit up when you said it. It was pretty cool to see. You actually went into the second step of goal achieving. That's the reason. You begin to actually think. Now, a lot of people say, I think all the time. Mental activity is completely different than actual thinking. And you begin to dream. You began to see something greater than where you're at. But it doesn't take us any further because we just kind of think about it. And now that next step is the terror barrier stage. That's where the fear and the procrastination hit us. It's where you become emotionally attached to it. You're just like, yeah, that's what I want. Let's go do it. You go to take the action. You go to take the action, and you run smack into that barrier, and you go, whoa, what's happening here? You instantly start to experience this fear, this worrying and doubting, and this emotion of fear just kind of hits you. And then on a physical level, anxiety strikes you, and you bottle yourself up.
And all it can take is one person to tell you in your family, why would you want to do something like that? Don't listen to anybody like that. Don't listen to them. You can do anything you want to do. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to talk further. And we've got our giveaway here. I love it. It's a free discovery session. You're going to find out your burning passion, also what's stopping you from getting it. And when you leave, you're going to realize exactly what it is that you want. You're going to be revised and what is the word?
Revitalized.
Revitalized. There you go. Again, all lines are open here. You're going to get the book, The ABCs of Success, but written by Bob Proctor himself. Our number here, 602-277-5369.
If I traded it all
Welcome back, everyone. And we are talking with Michael Wayne Kokoloshek, if I said it right.
2 times in a row.
There you go. And we have our lines open here. I was talking to Michael at the break, and I had started 3 years ago, maybe even 4 now, of, everybody's into that Think and Grow Rich, and I did that, and I happened to have met somebody who was like you. She was the facilitator, and so this was a long time ago. But I know how important it is for someone to have someone like you be able to really do your stuff. You really know, and you were connected. You're connected right with Bob Proctor, and so by having him, work with you, you're like working with Bob Proctor himself.
Yeah, I mean,
correct?
I was with Bob's house in December, so yeah.
Amazing. And if you don't know who he is, Google him, guys, because he's absolutely phenomenal. And if you're into trying to, grow, into trying to change a little bit about something about yourself, it doesn't even have to be business. It could be anything. Success is for anything.
Success is wherever you deem it to be.
So we've got our lines open here, and everyone's getting the book, The ABCs of Success. It's the essential principles from America's greatest prosperity teacher, which is, my God, Bob Proctor himself. I can't wait. He's given me the book, so I can't wait to read it, and I want everybody else to have it. You're also going to get this discovery. It's a free discovery session. You're going to find out your burning passion. How many people don't want to know that? Also, what's stopping you from achieving it? You're going to talk about that. And when you leave, you're going to be revitalized to go out and do it. Okay, it gets me. It's hard for me sometimes. I get a little tongue-tied when I'm on here. So again, our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. We were talking about fear and how, but that's what happens. You get to the point where you want to start something, you get going and you're doing it, and all of a sudden something's frightens you, that it could be something subconsciously or whatever?
Yeah, it can be plenty of different things. Like you were saying just before the break, it could be someone saying, who are you to go and achieve that? That right there, you're hitting a wall. And most people, when they hit that wall, they don't understand why they're feeling the way they feel. That anxiety down to their core.
Right, it's doubt. They get that doubt. And should I? I'm not sure if I should.
Right, exactly. And when that happens, we internalize things very fast. So it turns into anxiety so fast, and we don't like anxiety. And when we have that, we bounce off that terror barrier, that whatever action or whatever hit us, we bounce back off of it and go right back into bondage where we're stuck again. But see, we can get past that. All we have to do is study it. Now, if you were to see this video here that we're making on Facebook and you watch it over and over of what fear is, you're going to be able to bust through that barrier, because understanding is the key to freedom. All you have to do is understand what fear is. Fear is your guide. Fear is an illusion. Now, Joseph Campbell, he wrote in a book a long time ago that the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. You got a little smile going there. It's very true. So we need to gain an understanding, because that's the opposite of doubt and worry. We gain an understanding, that's gone. We have faith when that happens.
I also want you to know we have our lines open here if you want to tell us what your fear is, and it doesn't really mean that it could be anything. You might be dealing with love, Valentine's. Valentine's is tomorrow, and a lot of people fear being in relationships or whatever it is you're dealing with. If you want to call in here, you're going to get the book. You're going to get the ABCs of Success. That's with anything. It's by Bob Proctor himself. I can't wait to read mine. Yay. And again, you're going to also get this free discovery session and find out a lot about yourself. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. I'm different than a lot of people. So I don't I guess I do let fear get in the way sometimes, because there's certain things that do. But when I started this show, it was a whim, okay? And I just went, let's just do it, and it wasn't, I didn't even realize what it was going to get to, and yet it cultivated into a 10-year business, which is kind of cool. But there's so many different things that you can, be fearful about that stop you from doing. That's really the key to everything.
It really is, because fear can come from so many different angles. And it hits us all the same, though. It all hits us the same way. It starts from doubting and then worrying and turns into fear. So the whole thing of it is, when you feel the fear coming on, when you feel that doubt and worry, that's when you charge towards it, because what you want is on the other side.
Wow.
It's because it's freedom. Freedom is on the other side. It's not bondage where you're stuck in one spot. When you go through fear, it's something that's unknown on the other side, and it's always what you want. So you bust through that. That's the last stage. It's freedom. It's what you want.
Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. When you call in here, you are breaking through the wall. You're breaking through the wall to get the book, and you're making a beginning. It's a start for something new in your life. And you can call in here. We're giving it to everyone, 602-277-5369. So I know for me, when you say that repetitive is obviously the key,
Yes.
because a lot of people, they think that they're going to go and sit down and listen and they're going to walk away and boom, I'm going to change. No, you have to do your homework.
Yeah, you have to do your homework, because we're governed by, I haven't touched on it very much today, but a paradigm. And that paradigm we talked on last time, it's a mental program that everyone has that controls our habitual behavior. Almost all of our behavior is habitual. So for us to overcome that loop of that endless results that we constantly get, it takes repetition for a new idea to come into you. It's not just one time. You'll have a spark of inspiration, but that doesn't mean you're going to act on it. It takes you to do that action, to do it again, and it becomes so much easier. That fear is diminishing, and then by the time you've done it so many times, you're like, well, this is the new norm. Where do we go next?
Yeah, exactly. And for me, it was reading. When I started off, I liked to read, and I liked having it in my hands and highlighting it and going back to it. And I've read some of his books a couple of times over and over again. And I'll tell you something, doing it every single day. And now if I don't do it, I miss it. It's like, oh my God, something's wrong today. And I know what it is, but I don't miss it because I won't now, because it just feels too good.
Yeah, it's crazy. You feel that way because that's part of you now. But most people, they don't want to study, and that's the one thing that we must do to go further in life. Whatever it is, we must study to get better, because that's what we all want to do. We all want to get better. We don't want to just stop. When we stop, we go backwards. So, yeah, studying. I mean, you've integrated that into you, but that's not the case for everybody. It's a push to start, but once you start, you fly. It's just the start that stops most people, and that's Don Shula.
I have to say something too, that once you do it and you feel it, just see what it makes you feel like. I think that's what and I'm not even sure who said that, but really, once you do something and you see the way it makes you feel, you can't help but do it again.
That's exactly the case, because you don't know what you'll pick up from this book, but if you turn it away before you even have the chance to read it, how do we know if it was going to help you at all?
Well, I want to talk about the book a little bit. We're giving it away to everyone, and you're also going to get this discovery. This is free. Everything's free, so it's a discovery session, and find out what your burning passion is. Gosh, I mean, and you can have more than one, too, you know. I mean, I know I have several. But let's talk a little bit about some of the different things that are in here. I mean, there's a lot of different, and what I like about this book, and I'm just looking at it for the first time, they're little very short chapters, so that you just can go in action, ambition, attitude, which is huge. Attitude is everything. Isn't that what Earl Nightingale said?
That is.
Awareness is another huge one. Change. Let's talk a little bit more about the book. We've got our lines open here. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. I love my books. I can't wait for everybody to get theirs.
Yeah, the book ABCs of Success, it lays it out in such a very simple manner. Like you were saying, the chapters are very short. So you're getting bite-size of information that you don't feel like you're overwhelmed, that you have to read a 30-page chapter to really gain one idea. The topic is on action. You're going to hear about action. There's a chapter on fear, what we touched on today, and it's really all about understanding this one topic. And when you gain an understanding of it, you really are able to move into freedom.
Absolutely. And I was going to say something. One of the books that people might know of is which is The Art of Living.
I love The Art of Living.
And I do. I love The Art of Living too. There's a lot of them that Bob has written. Michael he's certified by him, and there's nothing like having someone like him. He's like it's like an extension of Bob, just working with you.
Yeah, it is an extension. It really is, because I study. I don't act like I don't study this. It is an everyday thing for myself as well. Because if I stop, then how am I supposed to be able to teach it? I go through all of the training that I have to every single day, so that I'm learning as well. I mean, it's all about gaining a better understanding so that I can transfer to someone else.
Change your paradigms. Change what you're doing, you guys. You have to do that. Otherwise, there's no change whatsoever. So you can call in here. We've got the book. It's The ABCs of Success. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. I'm going to keep the lines open for the rest of the show because it's really cool. You guys got to get it.